Alright guys, so the brand new Jailbreak update has just come out and it's only been out for a couple of hours, and we have already figured out that next update will be a live event. This means that after 2 years of waiting, yes, we are finally getting a brand new live event, and we probably already know what it's going to be about, and I'll show you guys what I mean here in a second. So if we go ahead and pull over the game page here, you guys can see we've obviously gotten the brand new update, Apocalypse Update Part 2, but we've also gotten the brand new update thumbnail right here above it. And well, when you see this, you might be thinking that, well, it's just the normal update thumbnail. Pretty much every update has this, and what's wrong with it? But, well, if we go ahead and pull it up over here, you guys can see that after it's been lightened up a little bit, you guys can see that there's actually a couple of years down here on the bottom. You guys can see right here, the first year is 2017, then after that, it says 2019, then after that, it says 2021, and then finally, it says 2023 once, and then 2023 for the second time right over here. And these years right here are the only years in Jailbreak history that we have not gotten a live event sometime in the year. In 2017, that was obviously the release year, we didn't get a live event. In 2019, we didn't get a live event either. Instead, that update was replaced by the Garage update. That was also the time they were doing weekly updates, so it would have been pretty much impossible for them to do a live event anyways, because they wouldn't be able to do such a big update. And then 2021 was just replaced by the Houses update, which then got completely removed in 2023 and also completely revamped. And then we obviously have 2023 again, which I'm not too sure what that could mean. Maybe it means that something else is going to be happening in this year during this live event, because yeah, I don't know what else that could mean. And well, other than that, I'm not really too sure what all of these years could mean and why they're at the bottom of this thumbnail. And really the only thing we could think about, since it's a March update right before we would usually get a live event, is it's probably related to that. As I've been saying for quite a while now, we usually get live events every other year. Like we had one in 2018, then we didn't have one in 2019, then we got one in 2020. Then again, we didn't have one in 2021, but then we got one in 2022, so it would only make sense for one to happen in 2024 as well. And while the only thing that would make sense with all of these years being in the thumbnail is that we're probably going to be getting a live event, and this live event has something to do with either time travel or something from each of those years. For the past couple of months, Asimo has been talking about returning some OG things from the old versions of Jailbreak, so a time travel event would definitely make sense. I already have tons of videos breaking down what this live event could be, but basically what we think it is going to be is the CEO from the mansion over here will come out once again for the live event, and he'll release an apocalypse on the Jailbreak map. Then, once he does that, we'll be forced to move to the previous versions of the game while the CEO is constantly following us into those previous versions of the game as well, using his own time machine, and we'll just be fleeing all the way to the oldest version of the game. And then from there, people think that either we'll just flee from that version 2 and lock him in that version of the game, or we'll just fight him out, kill him, and then come back to this version of the game with a few of the OG things remaining. Obviously, this live event could be completely different, because in the past, when people have tried guessing live events, it's been completely different, so we could be completely wrong with this, but that's the thing that would make the most sense. But even if that theory isn't correct, we do know for sure that the next live event is probably gonna be something related to time travel, just based on the thumbnail. Yeah, that's pretty much everything we know about the live event coming next month, and you know, how it might go down, all of that stuff. Obviously, we'll know more when they actually announce it and we see the first trailer, because usually in those first trailers, they pretty much give us a really good hint at what might be happening. So we'll just have to wait and see until either some things get leaked or they release that first trailer sometime at the end of this month, sometime during the spring break. That's usually when they do it. But anyways, the live event isn't the only thing in this brand new update. We also have a lot of other things. Like I've said, we have a brand new weapon system, we have a brand new jetpack revamp, and all of that stuff. So let's go ahead and start with the new jetpack. So the jetpack here is still at the top of the mountain, and surprisingly, it hasn't actually changed that much. It's pretty much the exact same as it used to be before the update, just a little bit worse because they obviously nerfed it a bit. So if we go ahead and grab the jetpack here, you guys can see we obviously got the brand new model, and at the back here, you guys could see that we have a little bit of a fuel indicator right here, and this is actually important because you are no longer able to refill your fuel. They've made it so your jetpack fuel now refills over time, so that means you you no longer need to refill it, and yes, they've also removed the paid option, which was kind of pay to win. Now, if we go ahead and use the jetpack here, you guys could see that it actually has a little bit of an acceleration speed now. It takes a while to get off the ground, and then it starts going the same speed as it did before. As you guys can see here at the back, we also have the fuel indicator, which over time goes down, and once it reaches 0, we will obviously fall to the ground, and it will refill over time. Now, I believe the refill time on this is about 25 seconds, and honestly, that is really good, because I thought they would make it like 30 seconds or something longer than that, maybe even a minute, but no, only 25 seconds. Really good. Yeah, you guys can also see here we got some new fire effects as well, which look very nice, and the smoke also looks very nice. Honestly, I really like these new effects. But yeah, other than those little balancing changes and slight nerfs, the jetpack is actually pretty much the exact same thing. It feels the exact same thing when you fly it, and overall, it's a pretty good update. For obvious reasons, it's obviously not as good as it was before because it was kind of overpowered, but it's still really good now as well. Yeah, that's the brand new updates to the jetpack. Let's go ahead and check out the new weapons here now. Over here at one of the gun stores, you guys can see that we've gotten a completely new weapon model for pretty much all of the guns in the game. You could feel free to slow down the video or pause it to look at all of these new models, but I'll go ahead and equip all of them here to show them all off. As you guys can see here, we have all of these brand new weapon models, and actually I have so many weapons that I have to go ahead and pull it out manually right here. You guys can see this is the rocket launcher, and with this we've also gotten some brand new sounds, so I'll be right back. I'll go ahead and enable the game sound for you guys. So unfortunately, because I own the SWAT Game Pass, I'm not able to show you guys what the pistol sounds like normally, but here's the suppressed version. Honestly, pretty good. Reminds me of the old pistol. Very nice sound. The shotgun sound stayed the same, which honestly I'm really happy about because I really like this sound. It's the OG one from 2018. Here's the sound for the rifle, which is the exact same thing as the AK-47. Here's the sound for the revolver. Here's the sound for the flintlock. Here's the sound for the AK, which as I said is the same as the rifle. Uzi. An alien gun. Forgot the name. And then here is the sniper. And then I gotta manually equip this one because I'm out of hotbar space, the rocket launcher, which has remained the same. Yeah, overall, pretty cool weapons update. They've also redone all of the icons, as you guys can see below. They all look really nice, and they were all really in need of an update, in my opinion. Unfortunately, we didn't actually get any new guns, but the new weapon models and all of those new sounds are really cool nonetheless. They've also redone how you customize how your gun actually looks. Instead of pressing B on the keyboard now to customize the skin on it, you just walk over here in any of the gun stores to customize the skin. And with this, they've also added some of the new skins like Wooden Toy, Manga, Camo Radar, Aurora, I don't know actually how to pronounce that properly, and we also have Aquatic. Yeah, overall, pretty cool weapons update. As I said, you know, we got all these new skins, which look really nice, and I also completely forgot to mention this as well, but the flashlight and the binoculars are actually helpful now. As you guys can see, if I go ahead and equip the flashlight here, it's actually really bright now, and it actually helps you see in the dark. And then if we go ahead and use the binoculars here, you guys can see that this also works as intended as well, unless you actually zoom out, then it breaks. But still, really cool to see these things finally working as intended. Now this feature is a little bit of a smaller one, but if we go over here to the police safe, you guys can see that this has also gotten some new rewards now. Now I'm not going to go ahead and show off all of these rewards because that would probably take me a long time, but if I go ahead and spawn in the new vehicle here, you guys can see that it actually looks very cool, if I could even find it in my inventory, that is. Alright, I found it, and as you guys can see here, it's pretty much just as the name suggests. It's called the Hammerhead, and well, it's pretty much one of those ramp cars, and one of the cool things about this car is if you go ahead and hit a car, it actually flies above it. You guys can see if I go ahead and use the Hammerhead here to run over this car, I actually just go straight through it and it flies into the air. So yeah, really cool stuff. That's why this car is also very nice because the top speed is about 119 miles per hour, which is very good for the price because this thing can only cost $35,000 if you're lucky, which is very, very nice. So yeah, overall, the Hammerhead here is a very, very nice vehicle, and if you have the money to afford the safes in order to get this, then I'd definitely recommend getting it, because it's a very, very cool car. And now some of the small things in this update that they've added is more furniture items and spoilers, which if you want those, you could go ahead and check those out when you join the game for the first time in the new update. They've retired some items, and they've also added a brand new tutorial system for the new players returning to the game or just coming to the game for the first time. And with these small changes, they've also added some new VIP server commands, which is announce player death, announce arrests, friendly fire, and banned gun as well. This means that using these commands, you could pretty much recreate your own battle royale just using commands instead of the actual battle royale mode. So that's some really, really nice stuff. Obviously, in order to use these commands, you gotta hop into a private server that you have access to the console in, and then once you type in help, it'll give you all of these commands and how to use them. To use the announce commands and also the friendly fire command, you just use the simple true or false thing. So if I want friendly fire on, I could type in true or false along with the announce commands as well. And then if you want to use the item ban command, you just type in ban item, the item name, I'll just put in pistol, and then true or false, and then when you press enter, it'll get rid of that gun from everyone's inventory and make it impossible to equip. And then if you want to unban that item, you just type that in again, but then replace the true with false, and then if you give yourself a pistol, you guys can see it will no longer be banned and you can use the gun all over again just like before. So yeah, overall pretty cool update, has a lot of cool features in it, and as well we also got the live event teaser, which will be very, very nice next month. And yeah, with that, that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.